Hello, welcome to the 199 Unlisted podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. As usual, wearing clothes, wearing a Weezer shirt. Pretty exciting, isn't it? So I just heard that Russia is going to, or is planning to, or it's rumored to, we don't know until it happens, but they might invade Poland because that would help them win the Ukraine war somehow. Basically, Russia is not doing too good in the war. Obviously, it's taking way too long. And, I don't care. But, if it happens, NATO supposedly would have to back up Poland so you could start World War III. But my problem with the whole thing is I think the leadership in Russia is really bad. And the fact that no one has stepped up and taken him out of power blows my mind. But then I probably can't say anything because, like, we had Joe Biden. And I mean, I was saying on this podcast that he wasn't fit to lead. I mean, I was saying that back when Donald Trump was president. I was saying, because, like, back when Donald Trump was president, I knew, like, the first time, I knew Joe Biden was going to win in 2020 because of the 25th Amendment. And I said, it doesn't matter who you vote for, they're going to have Biden win. And I was right. There was a bunch of election fraud. So I called it. But anyway, Putin's leadership is so bad. I'm surprised no one's taken him out. Like, I'm really shocked. But if I was, the dictator of Russia, the first day I would have nuked Ukraine a bunch of times. You know, That's all I would have done. And the war would have been over in a day. And so anyway, I'm on one of my favorite websites, the Nuke Map. So this is Kiev, and so I would have taken a nuke, and we're going to find Russia's. Okay, so far Russia's largest bomb. Okay, the Tsar Bomba. It's a 100 megatons, right? I don't know what that shit means, but anyway, Kiev right here. I would have dropped it right here. Okay, so this it would have basically so I would have dropped it like right in the middle of Kiev, okay? And so the fireball radius is 4 miles. So everyone's dead there, okay? And then this radius right here, everyone's getting third-degree burns. Okay? This is this is 45-mile radius. Jesus. I mean, think about it. You can literally wipe Kiev off the face of the planet with one bomb. And Russia has it. Cuz, like, that's at least something that we know. Like, and I don't know how each country knows, like, what bombs each other country has, but whatever. But yeah, see, like, I would have just taken out Kiev, and, like, look how big that radius. That's like 50 miles, 50 miles radius. And then this is just like all the definite destruction. Like, if you want to call the whole thing, it's like a 57-mile radius of just messing things up, you know? I don't know. That's what I would have done. And so imagine you just wipe Kiev off the face of the planet, right? Okay. So you've probably taken out all their leadership. The country is like in disarray. They're gonna, surrender, right? Like I would think so. Okay. And then that warns like every other NATO country is not gonna do anything because they don't because like now they know that you're willing to drop a nuke. And it's funny, it's really close to a it's close to Chernobyl. I don't know. Well, it's not that close, but isn't it Chernobyl? Yeah. Anyway, I don't live over there. I don't care. Now that's Russia's biggest bomb. Like, do we have America's biggest bomb? What is America's biggest bomb? Mm, see, we have a U.S. bomb, a Minuteman 350 kilotons. Oh yeah, it's so much smaller, I think. Or is that bigger? I can't tell. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, it is smaller. But anyway, I just think Russia messed up because it's like Russia has lost. Well, if you count the losses on both sides, it's like over 1 million people, and most of those people are men. And that's my problem is it's like you've gotten rid of a generation of men in Russia and Ukraine. Now, Ukraine is using more drones and whatever unmanned weapons, but still, people are still dying. It's so pointless, and all this for just a little bit of land. Yeah. So, and then if Russia did drop their biggest bomb, I mean, it would take out several other cities, but it is what it is. Still, it'd be less people dying than than have already died now, you know. And also, it'd just be cool to like see nukes being dropped, you know. And then like think about all the movies like we would film there. Like we wouldn't have to use CGI to make a post apocalyptic nuclear wasteland. Like we can actually use like, you know, real real footage, like it wouldn't have to be CGI. It would really benefit Hollywood too if Russia dropped a nuke on a Kiev, you know? Think about all the Netflix specials. And then like Netflix would have they would do a story about Russia dropping a nuke on Kiev, but because it's Netflix, they would make Putin black. They would. And they would make like half the city of not half the city, like half the country of Ukraine would be black because Netflix is stupid like that. Oh my god. And then Moscow's right here. Can I drop a nuke on Moscow? So that same nuke on Moscow, yeah, dude, like that would wipe out Moscow too. I mean, that's you know 50 miles of death and destruction. Man, it's crazy how big the weapons are now compared to when they first started. I mean, like, will we ever be in a situation like like where we'll get to see this? See, the biggest problem with making all these nukes, we never use them. Like, what's the point of making all this stuff if we're never going to use them? Like, we should just like drop them for fun, you know? I don't get it. But anyway, I'm a horrible person. But but if they did drop nukes, I'm definitely gonna cosplay as Tank Girl. That sounds weird. Anyway. Oh god.